All right, Eric, Jacoby, and Montario. I got to use you guys for like 5 minutes. Appreciate it. So guys, like one thing in our business that's crazy is honestly the lies that goes on about clients and who they train and all that stuff. I mean, it's rampant in the business how much people lie. And like one thing I try to do is like pride ourselves on honesty. And I mean, it is crazy because Jacoby, we just worked out on Thursday night. Montario and Eric were in there today. We have many more. But I mean, with those 3 guys here that just were in here the past couple of days, I mean, Eric was the 3rd fastest safety ever at Indy and the most explosive safety ever. Okay, so you're talking about 4.4 lasers, almost 11 foot on the prod, and 43-inch vertical. Okay, and he came in great, but like he definitely improved a lot by using these levels. And when you talk about somebody like Jacoby, I mean, Jacoby came in fast, but we had to put 12 pounds on him and get almost 2/10 off, which is hard, but he's fast as can be anyway. You're talking about, I was going to fail with Jacoby, honestly, if he wasn't the fastest ever. Okay? And when you look at his collection of times at Indy, 4.22, 4.24, 4.25, 4.25, 4.28, 4.30, not one time over 4.30. Nobody's ever come close to that. You get 6 official times at Indy. Okay? There's some guy out there thinking that he had 1.424 that was fast, and it was a fluke time with human error. I'll say that till the day I'm dead, till he races. Okay? And then with Montario, up until this year, when last year Anthony Allen went and jumped 41.5 inches, a client of ours for running backs, Montario was the highest jumped ever for running back. Montario went there and was top 4 of everything at Indy at 225 pounds, 4.440. He had a 4.1 shuttle, 40.5 inch vert, 10.5 in the broad. All right. So when you talk about like a collection of like great results, a running back, a receiver, and safety that perform like a DB, like they're like, Tony's in a candy store right now. I'm like, yeah, because I'm around like 3 dudes that blew up Indy. Like that's, to me, that's awesome. You're not going to have, I guarantee you almost can't hand pick 3 people that went to Indy the past 4 years anywhere in the country and have them stand up here and have those stats. Those are just facts. So I just want like Eric to say something just real quick to you guys, Jacoby to say something real quick on Montario, and then I'll just let them go. Because, I mean, I'm trying to teach you guys the same stuff that we do all the time. All right?
How y'all doing? But the biggest thing I wanted to tell you is, like, it's a formula he has. You know, it's a system. And just like I tell the guys that's training this year, I tell them if they just stick to that formula and give it everything they got, you know, the sky's the limit for them. I mean, I came in, when I first time my 40, I ran like a 4.75. I was pissed. You know what I'm saying? I was on the legs, I was upset, mad, everything. But, you know, Tony just stuck with me, told me not to worry about it. He was like, I got the system, everything's gonna work out. You just gotta make sure you come, handle your business, and I promise you I'll get it down to a 4.4. You know, so I did everything that I had to do, and come combine time, I ran a 4.4. Just off of the simple things that he told in the program, told me to do in the program. Everything in the program works. That's why I'm back down here after I tore my ACL this year. And my injury was off of contact, which is different from other guys who, you know, might have ran and tried to cut and plant. Mine didn't come off that. Mine came off of contact. So my rookie year coming in, I had no injuries at all after training in this system. Had no injuries whatsoever. Didn't even come close. Played all snaps in the game. I had the most snaps on the team. Special teams, defense, offense, whatever. I had the most plays overall. No injuries. So that says something else about it. And you know, coming in after the lockout, my coach told me that he was surprised at how good a shape I was in. You know, because I did a lot of training down here during the off season, during the lockout last year, and everything. When I went back up to Kansas City, they were pretty much shocked that I weighed 212 pounds and was still moving around. My cover skills had climbed even better than what it was the year before because of just simple things that I've been doing in the program. So I truly believe in it. Like I said, that's why I'm back down here after my ACL injury. decided not to go to API. You know, Dr. Andrews did do my surgery, but I told him I wanted to be down here to where I know the results work, and I know that he's going to have me ready to play next year. So that's why I'm back down here.
Oh man, I'm at the candy store still.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like Eric says, there's definitely a method to Tony's madness. You know, his training is a lot different from, you know, other places like API or places in LA or down there in Texas. You know, just everything he does it for a reason. You know, some guys, they get out, they just want to go straight to the 40, but, you know, Tony, we barely even worked on it that much. We worked on it, but we don't overemphasize it just because we know by the time we get to Indy, you know, we're going to be ready to run fast. And Tony, he's going to make sure, you know, we get everything we want, you know, whether it's proteins, you know, anything we need. And then just, you know, just the way that the way that he's just so hands-on with you, you know, I think is great too. And even if he's not, you know, your position guy, you know, we have all different positions. He's going to make sure he gets guys out there that's already done it before. He's going to make sure guys that have done the combine come out there and, you know, just give us that extra insight that we don't know. You know, just any little edge that we can get. You know, Tony definitely make sure that we do that. And then as far as, you know, eating and getting massages, being on the beach, you know, it's just a whole different environment. You know, it's just a different approach to how he does it. And I think that's why it is so successful. And, you know, guys want to come back. Like I heard Byron Maxwell the other day say he's going to buy a home down there. You know, eventually whenever he can afford it, just because he loves the environment, he loves the people over here, you know, he just likes how we train. And, you know, that's, you know, it's different because a lot of guys, they like to go back to the college or might try to go somewhere else. But me, I mean, I might go somewhere and work out with like other teammates, but as far as my main place where I'm gonna work out, you know, that's gonna be here with Tony. And, you know, just because I'm comfortable with him, I know the results. And I mean, the class that we had when we trained, we worked. I mean, we came in, we worked. We, you know, we play around a little bit too here and there, but when it came time to grind, like, we were all for each other, just like one big team. You know, I think you just gotta have that camaraderie here. And I think that's the type of guys that Tony brings in. And, you know, everything he does work, and, you know, I'm definitely proud to be a part of it.
Add on. They pretty much said everything, man, really. So, the biggest thing I gotta say, just my thing that I get from working here with Tony is, just as far as combine work, like my man, my guys over at Impact always say, go with Tony, he'll get you right. And that was basically the thing. Like, we basically came in, you know, we did everything pre-time, and from where we was at when we started, going through the program, everyone got better. You can see yourself getting better throughout the whole time. So I think if you, like, get the program, everything that he does for a reason, sometimes, like, man, Tony, what you doing? You making up stuff, man. But he always doing stuff that, you know, whatever you need at that point in time, he gonna do it. And, you know, as far as me keep coming back, you know, the biggest reason I always come back is just the passion that he was into it. Like, he wanted to see all of his athletes succeed, and, like, it's big for him. Like, it's big for us, you know what I mean? So that's my biggest reason for coming back. So, you know, like Tony said, I missed last year because I was dealing with injury, and I couldn't come down here like Eric. My team won't let me come down, but as soon as this year came through and I was able to come here for off season, I came here early and I'm ready to get started. So I get the same thing with Eric and Jacoby. They know the results are going to work, so, you know, we're down here ready to get it in.
And one thing that's weird is in our business is normally you have agents funnel you your business. So I try to go directly to the clients. Like I went directly to Jacoby's brother and was like, I don't care what agent he signs with, I want to train Jacoby. Like Montario knew me just from Tennessee. Eric hit me on Facebook. You know, and was like, hey man, think about training. I'm like, is this really you?
Because he had like a little picture with a white background.
So I thought it was some Eric Berry groupie who had a page of him. But I was like, nah, it's like, just sign with whatever agent. Eric came down without an agent. I'm like, don't worry about that, let's train. So it's like, we try to build our program on athletes and results. Like, one thing, like, that I know is, any other facility every year has people start and leave because they over-guarantee stuff. In all my years of business, I've never had one person leave. And I'm waiting for it to happen because it's going to happen. The only reason I'm saying this is because when Montario first started, I didn't know this, they said, man, Montario doesn't know if what you're doing is going to work. And they convinced them. They said, man, just stay with the system. It's going to work. It's going to get you right. And it did, like with him. I mean, he like blew up Indy. But it's not just him. The next year, a D tackle named Corey Legit. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna get the attention. And the agents told him, stay with him, it's gonna work. Like Montario went from like 4th round to 2nd round. Corey Legit went from 3rd round NFL grade to 18th pick. So, like, they've trusted the system. It's gonna happen 1 year because these guys aren't. These guys are high maintenance babies. And they're gonna get upset, and one of them's gonna be like, I'm gonna leave and go somewhere else. I'm gonna be like, shoo, and I'll follow and see how you do it in. But it hasn't happened yet, so like that's what like I'm most proud of, is that we've never had a guy come here because he was guaranteed something and then leave. So I just want to thank them, unless if you guys have a quick question or anything for them. But man, I appreciate that, guys. You're the man.